Alright, we've made it to our spot for tonight. This is Trinity Lake, and I'll show you around. It's pretty low. It's actually higher than it was last season, but it's still pretty low. Trey's going to try his luck at catching some crawfish again. It's about halfway through the day, so we're going to make a little lunch. Just an easy little snack plate right here at the lake. Well, it started sprinkling, so we're gonna call it a day for fishing. Didn't catch anything yet, and Trey just checked one of his traps and there was no crawfish, so no catch and cook tonight, it looks like. We saw that it was gonna rain in the forecast, so we put the awning up and we're just kind of huddled under it, waiting for the rain to pass.
We didn't put the tent up yet, so hopefully it won't get wet.
Yeah.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Well, the rain never let up last night, so instead of sitting in the cold rain, we decided to keep driving. We drove until we got to the cute little town of Lewiston, where we found a nice dry motel and ate some pizza. And then we were recharged the next day to get out and adventure again. Well, we're back on course on our Shasta Trinity BDR, and our first stop of the day is this natural bridges area. I should specify that this is not on the BDR. We went off track just a little bit because I saw this on the map and I've always wanted to come check it out. This place is definitely worth the detour. It's a natural bridge and it's just incredible. It's hard to get the scale on camera, but really neat stop here. All right, we are now at the trailhead for Hall City Cave, and we actually visited this on another video, which I'll link below, but we weren't super successful because we weren't prepared. We didn't have enough light, so we have a heavy-duty flashlight this time, and we're going to check it out again. You come to kind of a fork in the trail, go left over the creek. All right, here's the entrance to the cave. All right, it's kind of a narrow entrance and you've got to climb down this ladder. So we're going to do that now. All right, at the bottom of the ladder, it's a lot more narrow than I remember. I'm gonna keep on going. These are the cave walls here. All right, and then around the corner, there's this steep, smooth surface down to another level. And this is going to be difficult to get down.
There's a little, let's see, footholds here if you just put your foot on rocks.
Okay.
I almost lost my batteries.
Okay, we made it down to the next level. And then around the next corner, there's a little pool, some water that you have to get over. And then this is the main pool cave.
Let's see.
Oh God, I don't like that.
You can reset that if you want.
So they've had divers come down here and never reach the bottom. And there's a folklore of treasure that got dumped down there. And nobody's ever been able to get to the bottom to find it. This bat's freaking me out. Okay, we gotta make it back up this slick spot, and this bat is following us. Super creepy. All right, almost all the way back out.
There's some writing near the entrance of the cave dated 1941.
All right, that was Hall City Cave. Really interesting place. We are near the town of Wildwood on Highway 36, and this is actually where we started this National Forest journey about 9 days ago. So we're in the Shasta Trinity National Forest, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the first day of our trip. We just reached Picket Peak Fire Lookout. You can see it behind me there. We've been up here before. We did it in another video in the Dodge last year. I'll leave a link to that video below, but we're going to go up and check this place out. Last time we came up here you could get in, but it's locked. But it was also vandalized last time and somebody broke into the actual building, so not surprised. But we came up pretty far. I'll get some shots of the views from here. This is Horse Ridge Fire Lookout. This one I can handle.
Tower is actually a trip. It was really gusty in the neighborhood. I got up here yesterday and my garbage can. It's like a site. Yeah, it's just a peep site. The first thing I kind of do is kind of try to line this in my vertical up. I'm going to go for the tip of black elastic there. So I kind of get my vertical in the big slot. Get them lined up before I even mess with the peep sight. Then I get the peep sight in there, and I imagine that it's about sit there anyway. If you peep through there, you'll see it's right on the tip of black elastic. Right to black elastic over here. So then I'd call in. It's in Township 1 South, Range 6 East, and I believe it's section 31. That gives them a rough coordinate. These are square miles.
Here's part of a sign of the Backcountry Discovery Route trail system here. You can't depend on these signs out here, though, that's for sure. We're just stopping here to have a little lunch in the shade. It was really neat that that Horse Ridge Lookout had someone working there today. Usually because it's all gated off, you can't get anywhere near it. So we got to go up and see their navigation system and all of that. So that was really cool. So for lunch, we're having cheese and crackers and salami, and then grapes from our garden. This is a little spot off the road that you can come down to. That's the South Fork of the Trinity River. It's a really pretty spot. Trey's picking up more garbage. There is even a flushing toilet. Trey found this really cool fire lookout for us to stay in tonight. And some of the national forests have fire lookouts that are available to rent. You can go to recreation.gov and check and see if there's any in the national forest where you're going to be traveling. I'm really excited to stay in this one. It's super cool. I was too scared to go on the swing because I didn't think it would hold me.
How's the water?
It's really cold. Can you see up the color?
Yeah. You freezing to death?
Tonight I'm making beef chow mein with rice noodles, and we have this sous vide steak that I got at Costco. That's going to make it super quick and easy. So the cabin rules are to cook outside. So we're using their stove and we're just cooking outside. Kevin's teriyaki sauce. This is our dinner with a view. I don't know if any of you saw the video where our friend Wilderness Recon shared his bourbon case, his travel bourbon case. His is really fancy, full of his collection of home bourbons. And Trey made a thrift store version. He bought this case at the thrift store, little travel case, and then ordered these bottles and put some of our supply in there. And then we also have, for a special occasion tonight, we have a couple that Wilderness Recon gave us. So tonight I'm having this one, the Old Ezra 7. Cheers.
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 Heather's evening entertainment's reading the guest book. She's going to read you the funniest one.
This is the best one. This is hours of entertainment here. So this is from 2020. My lover and I left our homes in the Bay Area for a weekend alone together, away from our spouses, in the glory of nature. The drive in was a bit harrowing. Several large rocks in the middle of the treacherous road threatened to disable my car, but we eventually made it and were enamored by the charm of the small cabin. We enjoyed s'mores by the campfire while gazing at the stars and went to bed before midnight. The next morning we ingested a magic mushroom tea. The ceiling of the cabin revealed the colors of the rainbow as we made love beneath the smiling Buddha, who appeared to be preparing fish or loaves of bread. When we stretched together, my lover saw me at every age. She shot her shadow self with a BB gun. The porta potty was disgusting until the man came to clean it. We saw a rattlesnake. Love A and S.
Don't look for any stories that exciting from us.
Bye, cabin.
Finally got to the end of the road. And it's a big tree, but looks like we got a detour.
Detour. We're stopping here to add a little more fuel. The route that we had turned out to be not a good route. We ended up doing a giant circle on super sketchy roads. So we're back at this intersection and we're going to try and make our way over to Highway 36 for the next leg of our journey home. I hope you enjoyed this series of the National Forests of Northern California. We set out to show that there's beauty to be found on our public lands, and I think we did just that. We did have a few hurdles. We had some roadblocks and some inclement weather, but overall it was a really interesting trip and we found some really cool things. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.